You're listening to Lexington Community Radio, WLXU 93.9, and this is Bike Talk.
Hi, I'm your host, Wanda Bertram. Our guest on today's show is Jack Baugh. Jack is with Bicycle Face. It's an awesome new bike shop in downtown Lexington. Hi, Jack.
Hey, how are you, Wanda? Thank you for having me on today.
Hey, and thanks for letting me come out to the shop and do the interview at the shop. This is a great place you have here, downtown Lexington. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, we wanted to create a space that was pretty centrally located, so we would have good access to commuters, good access to road cyclists and mountain bikers, that everybody could come and congregate, or would be a good place to meet and leave for a ride. Pretty centrally located. There are a lot of shops, and one shop that just went out. Yeah, we're out on the outskirts of town, and it was kind of hard and difficult for a lot of people to get to it. So no matter where you live in Lexington, we're kind of equidistant from everyone.
Yeah, you really are. And especially if you live downtown like me and are a resident downtown like a lot of our listeners, this is just very, very convenient.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about, I'll do it first, Bicycle Face. What kind of a name is that?
Well,
it's cool, but what kind of a name is that?
It's kind of ridiculous, and we're taking if you look up the literal definition of it, it started out as a not so good thing. It was originally a medical term that was derived or created by doctors to try and keep women off of bicycles back around the 1870s to 1890s, and in that time, women weren't allowed to do a lot of things by themselves, like ride horseback in town or in a carriage by themselves, and they had to be accompanied by a man and all sorts of silly stuff. And when bicycles came around, there were no rules for women and bicycles, so they were able to gain some independence and able to congregate with one another, and no more were they trapped at the house and dinner must be served when the man walks in, and all that nonsense. You look back at it now and it seems absolutely ridiculous. But
we've come a long way, baby.
Yeah, we really have. So we're just kind of taking it tongue in cheek because kid who gets their training wheels off for the first time or gets their first bike, it's just full of joy and excitement. You get done climbing a really steep hill and you're drooling all over yourself and your veins popping out of your forehead and you're all flushed and red. That's another type of bicycle face. So we all have them at some point in time, and so we're just trying to poke fun at that old name, and we also wanted something that you wouldn't forget, and so far so good.
No one could forget that. Yeah. Hey, and we all wear our big cheesy grins when we're riding our bikes.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the hours when you're open, accessibility.
So right now, through the winter, we are Monday through Thursday, 10 to 6, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 9. Try to stay open a little later on the weekends, so you can grab a drink, or you can get your bike serviced a little later, because a lot of people work throughout the week and throughout the day, and 6 o'clock is kind of early to close for some retail shops. So Fridays at 9, Saturdays at 9 give people ample time to be able to visit the store.
Did you just say something about a bar?
Yes, we do have a bar. We have 7 beers on tap and about 10 or 12 in cans and bottles. Then on our 8th tap, we have nitro coffee. It's there's no alcohol in it. It's a cold brew that one of our friends, Lyle Adams, does from Shuffle Bean Coffee. And then we have this box that infuses it with nitrogen as it comes out, and it pours like a Guinness. It makes it really smooth. But yeah, we have a bar. So while you're having your bike serviced, we do service by appointment and some other things like that. You can sit down, have a drink, talk to us, ask us questions, or for service, feel free to come in and drop it off if you want to. You can do that as well.
So this is a very different concept. This is bigger than just a bike shop. The bike shop is the important part, but there's a very different sense of community here.
Yeah, we did want to create a community space where, I mean, heck, you don't even have to like bikes to come in here. If you are just burnt out sitting in your cubicle, staring out the window, wishing you were doing something else, come in. We have a 14 by 12-foot garage door that we open up when the weather's nice. You can sit down here, grab coffee, grab a beer, and steal our Wi-Fi, work on the computer if you need to. Feel free to have meetings down here with some other folks, which we've done at a time. We just wanted to create a space, like I said, that everyone feels welcome, feels comfortable, and that people feel like they can congregate.
Yeah, and it's very open. The service desk. The service desk is right out in the open.
Yeah, that was kind of design goal number one when we were creating the space. The service department is like the kitchen when you're at a party. It's where everybody tends to hang out, no matter what you've done with the rest of the house. So we wanted to put it right smack dab in the middle of the store, so it was accessible to everybody. Because just about every single bike shop I've ever walked into, the service department is in the back of a store, and everybody tends to congregate there because that's where all the buzz is. Everybody's, tuning a bike. The wheels are spinning. People are truing wheels, wrapping bars, replacing tubes, doing whatever they may be doing. And everybody ends up back there. And so if you're a new customer or you need some help, you walk in and it's kind of a ghost town sometimes. So we are always right in the middle of the store, very accessible to you, the customer. And then we're always there for questions. And at the same time, if you, want help learning how to fix a flat, we're more than happy to teach you how to do that. If we're tuning up your rear derailleur or you're doing a brake adjustment, whatever it may be, feel free to ask questions and we'll be more than happy to show you how to do it. Because that's one of the reasons we put bar stools all the way around the service department so you can sit down and watch us.
It's so very open vibe, very, very welcoming environment is what I've found. But Jack, I would like to know a little bit more about you. How did you get started cycling? What's your story? How did you get here?
I don't know. Well, I know how I got here. I don't. as far as.
Well, not that far back,
Well, yeah, no. So cycling is just always something I've done. I don't remember learning how to ride a bike. Just like I don't remember learning how to ski. I don't remember learning how to fly fish. It's just one of the things that my mom and dad always had me doing. It's just always been a part of who I am. And so that passion has kind of burned deeply for a long time, and hopefully it will for quite some time more. But there were lots of things in the industry that Clay and Edie and Nate and myself felt were broken and needed to be fixed. And so hopefully this is our chance to do that. In my time between Pedal the Planet and here, I was assistant service manager at Green's Toyota. So there are a lot of things that I'm bringing from the automotive industry and the way that repairs are written up and taken care of that we're going to do here. So the end product is hopefully going to be the same, whether or not I tune your bike, Taylor tunes your bike, Robert, Nate, whoever touches it, the end result should be the same. Trying to pride ourselves on mechanical expertise and the years of experience that we have.
Right. And we had talked some about time in, time out, that wanting to get people's bikes out quickly so they're back on the street, they're back commuting, they're back racing, doing whatever it is that they love to do.
So we do service by appointment. And all last year, for the 8 months that we were open or have been open, the longest turnaround time that we have had on service has been 24 hours. We typically, should you have time or make an appointment, we'll do it on the spot. But there are times which bottom bracket may be worn out, and we try to carry a lot of the different standards that are out there, but we're not going to ever be able to have everything for everyone. So should your bike be down, we have an array of rental bikes, demo bikes, and service loaners. So if you're car free and you commute every day, we'll have something for you. If you just can't miss that road ride because you're trying to keep your club mileage up, we'll have a bike for you to be able to use. If you're going out of town on a mountain bike trip and your mountain bike's down, downtown, we'll have a mountain bike for you to be able to take out, because cycling is all of our passions, and we would hate it personally to have to miss a ride. So we certainly don't want you all to miss a ride either.
Yeah, and we definitely do not want to miss any rides. So, I mean, awesome option that no one has to go without if you do have to keep a bike.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and you've been around for a long time in this community. So, Bicycle Face is new to downtown, but not new to the community.
Correct. This this job, service and sales, cycling, whatever you want to call my job. I've been doing full time for about 12 years now.
You sold me my first bike.
I did. That's been a little while ago. And then Robert Brandon, who is here, he has been in the industry nonstop for 32 years. Taylor has been doing it for 5. Nate for quite some time as well.
So lots of experience here. All right. Well, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned in. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Bike Talk on Lexington Community Radio. I'm your host, Wanda Bertram, and I'm here with Jack Baugh with Bicycle Face, a really cool new bike shop in downtown Lexington. And Jack's been talking to us a little bit about the shop and a little bit about himself. And Jack, why don't you tell me a little bit about the history of the shop and how you got involved with it?
So I've known Nate and Clay and Edie for quite some time now, and we've all had our ideas. I've been in the industry for a long time. I mean, retail since I was 18. I'm 35 now, so that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah, tell me about it. But there are so many things in the cycling industry that the four of us were not fond of, that we wanted to change. And we now have the opportunity to do so.
And it looks like you're doing it.
We're sure trying. So turnaround times on service, being readily accessible to customers when they walk through the door. We've built the service department in the middle of the store. So, a lot of the cool stuff or the magic happens, whatever you want to say, happens in the service department. And everybody tends to congregate around the service department, and in almost every single bike shop that I've ever been in, the service department is in its own little closet, or it's in the back of a store or something like that. And on a busy day, if you have people just wandering around, they all end up in the back of the store. Customer walks in and, oh, hey, it's like a no man's land. Where is everybody? So,
it's like the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. No, it is a kitchen at a party. You're exactly right. So we put the service department in the middle of the store. It's an island, and we have 4 repair stands. You walk in, we say hi, we let you land, and get your bearings, and then we'll come up and ask you if you need any help, or what brings you in, all the normal stuff.
But the island is open. That's
completely open. Yeah, and that was one of the keys. A lot of I was in between Pedal the Planet and here. I was assistant service manager at Green's Toyota, and there are a lot of things that I'm trying to bring from the automotive industry to the cycling industry. Service by appointment. A lot of people are short on time. So if you just need a quick fix, brake adjustment or wheel true, give us a call in advance, and we'll be more than happy to set up a time for you to come in and do it. But the nice thing about our service department is that we have stools wrapped all the way around. You can sit and chat with our mechanics while we're working on your bike, and hopefully you'll learn something too.
Or get back there and be hands-on with the mechanic. I've seen that happen a little bit. Or if you're someone like me, you can just go over to the bar and enjoy the bar while the mechanic's working on your bike.
That's exactly right. You sure can. You can, pony up, get a beer, sit here and hang out at the bar. We have 3 TVs. So, we always try to have something cycling related on, whether or not it's a bike race or, whether or not it's anything. Uh, we try to have something on the TV that other people, other than cyclists, maybe entertain. We show UK games whenever they're on. We'll stay open late if they're on a Tuesday or something like that. But you sure can. You can take your beer over. You can chat with our mechanics while we're working on your bike. You can, ask us if it's okay. If you want to get a little hands-on and, we're not terribly busy, you're more than welcome to help out too, because we want you to know how to be able to work on your bike yourself, because it may not want to tune up your bike every single time, but if you get in a pinch out on a ride, some of those small skills may really come in handy for yourself or somebody else if you're on a group ride.
So it's a really good opportunity to learn, because I notice, the service station is in the middle of the shop, but it's open as well. So customers can walk in and be a little bit hands-on if they want to learn.
Yeah, if you want to. And like I said, if we have the time, or if you do make an appointment and we have set aside that time to work with you, we're more than happy to teach you how to work on your own bike. We want to spread the knowledge and make sure that everybody does know how to work on their own bikes if they have that own desire. Currently Robert and I are teaching a mechanic class for volunteers at Broke Spoke because we want everybody to be able to learn how to work on their own bikes.
Well, and you talked about your staff just a little bit, a few people. Tell me about the people that work here.
So Robert Brandon, he has been in the industry for 32 years continuously. His family owned Dodge Cycling, or Dodge Cyclery, I apologize. Nathaniel Cornelius, one of the owners, has raced professionally. He's kind of the strong man of the bunch. But he worked at Scheller's for an incredibly long time, and he's a very skilled mechanic. Taylor, who is our quote unquote rookie, he has 5 years of full time on the job service or experience. He was sent to all the same schools that I was a long time ago. He's been to 2-week-long professional mechanics class, been out to Specialized multiple times for their specific training classes, things of that nature. I have all sorts of certifications myself. I don't like to talk about it, but I've been through it all. DT Swiss certified wheel builder, certified master mechanic, all sorts of silly little things like that.
So, obviously, it's a very, very knowledgeable staff, but it's a very laid back place. People here are not hoity-toity about what they know. They're very sharing and very down to earth, yeah. I think.
Well, thank you. We just want to spread the love. We're all very passionate cyclists ourselves. Robert, until recently, only was a 1-car family, and through some different things, acquired a second vehicle. But until that point, had commuted almost every single day for 9 years, and was essentially car free himself. Taylor does have a long commute for himself, so he doesn't ride in, but when he did live here in town, he did commute every single day. And it's cycling, it doesn't matter what type of riding it is, whether road biking or mountain biking, BMX, it doesn't really matter. We all really just love bikes.
Well, and we've got one person riding around the shop on a skateboard right now, so it looks like just about anything goes.
Pretty much. Hello,
Bena, it's you.
Yeah, it is. But to that point, there is kind of a void in Lexington to that degree. So we are carrying skateboards now, and whether or not we're going to turn into a skate shop, I don't think so. But there's a missing piece, because you have to go out to the mall now if you do want to get a skateboard. And there's for the younger ones out there who are skateboarding, it's kind of a street cred thing. Oh, where'd you get your new cool board? Well, I got it at the mall. Nobody wants to say that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wants to say that.
Not cool.
And we don't go and kill it at the park, but in the off season when things are really cruddy, we'll go out and skate around town and have some fun. And it's just something different to change it up, because cycling, we don't want to burn out our flames. And so you do have to change it up on occasion. So every single one of us in here, we own skateboards, and on occasion we will go skating. I can almost promise you tonight, when I lock up the store and I close the bar down, I'm going to be skating somewhere downtown.
Fun. Now, tell me a little bit about what's in the shop. There are specific brands that you carry.
So we carry Specialized, Chinelli, and Cervelo. Of the three Specialized, we do have the largest breadth of product selection. Anything from a $140 children's bike to a $10,000 road bike with hydraulic brakes and electronic shifting and everything in between. We want to try to make sure that we meet the needs to any cyclist that may walk in the door, whether you're a new family wanting to get your child their first bike and then getting bikes to be able to ride along with your child, or if you've been riding for 15 or 20 years and you're wanting to take your road cycling to the next level. We want to be able to accommodate that for everyone.
Well, wonderful. And if someone has to leave their bike for a while, or they have to leave their bike for work on, they're not totally out of business.
No, they're not. So with our service department, one of the things that we wanted to try to solve is that if you are car free and you do commute and something has broken on your bike that we happen to not have in stock, then while that part is being ordered and it's awaiting shipping, you can use one of our loaner bikes, or if you want something a little nicer, you can rent a demo bike from us or one of our rental bikes, and you can still be able to get around town.
Cool. Well, we're going to take another short break and we'll be right back. So hang with us. We'll be back. Welcome back to Bike Talk on Lexington Community Radio. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Wanda Bertram, and I'm here with Jack Baugh with Bicycle Face. It's a really awesome new bike shop in downtown Lexington. And joining us is a special young lady. Hi, what's your name?
River.
River. And how do you know this guy?
Cause he's my dad and I love him.
Aw, that's great. Yeah. Well, Jack, you got a beautiful little girl here.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud of her.
Yeah. So this is a Friday night and it's family time here too. This is a great family place as well. But Jack, the heart of what you do is service. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the special things that you do here in terms of service.
So whether or not it's helping you pick out that special bike that you've been dreaming or lusting after for a very long time, or if it's that wheel build that you've been dreaming of with, Chris King hubs and NV wheels, whatever the case may be, we can make it happen for you. All we need from you is a little bit of time and some conversation, so we can get to know you a little better, to know what you really like and or want.
And this place is big on conversation.
They're big on conversation. Yeah, whether or not it's around the bar at the service department, there's always some John going on.
You had mentioned retools.
Yes. So one of the services that we do provide is a retool fitting. Nathaniel Cornelius, one of the owners, is one of the only, or actually we are the only certified retool bike fitter in the state of Kentucky.
That's impressive.
It is. It takes a lot of training and a lot of equipment, but it is something that we feel is very important to a cyclist when they do start putting in those longer miles. It helps maximize your efficiency and prevent injury.
Yeah. Hey, River, can you say wow?
Wow!
Yeah, wow. So someone comes in and wants a retool. Tell me what they're going to get.
So the service itself, the fitting takes about 3 hours, and we can do it on your current bike, or if you are looking to find a new bike, we can do it on pretty much anything that we have in the store that would be within your sizing range. But what it does, everybody's different. So it helps.
Some more so than others.
Some more than others. But I mean, no two people are alike. And even
Sure.
the cycling industry, there's a varying array of sizes for every single bike model. Everybody is going to fit on a bike differently. Even if somebody was the same height as myself, their legs could be longer or shorter, or arms could be longer or shorter. So the way that they fit on that bike is going to be different. And taking all of those things into account, we help maximize your efficiency and comfort kind of at the same time. The retool fitting system does both. It's a computer-based system. There's a series of sensors that get attached to your body, and then a little radar array that detects those sensors. So while you are riding the bike, it's kind of a dynamic fitting process. So we can tell while we're pedaling if your knee is coming out or in at the top of the pedal stroke instead of going straight up and down like it should.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, it's pretty intensive. I could probably talk, for 15, 20 minutes solely on that. But it is a very, very nice service that we provide. And he's spent a lot of time perfecting what he does. And he's pretty good at it.
Wow, and he's available by appointment.
It is by appointment. You can't just walk in and do it because it does take a significant amount of time, and we do have to devote some labor to it. So if that is something that you would like done, we do have to make an appointment for that.
And you do a lot of other things here too.
We do, whether or not, that's wheel building. I build all the wheels that come through the door. I'm a DT Swiss certified wheel builder. So we do a lot of wheel builds here. We can get you that perfect bike packing setup, whether or not, it's a steel frame and outfitting it with all of the different components, or if it's your dream road bike. If there's something that you've had in your head that you've wanted for a long time, and you've finally come into the the means to do it, we can make it happen for you.
Or if someone has never even ridden a bike before and they're interested in learning, figuring it out, you're good with first timers too.
Yeah, the first timers, I love talking to anybody about bikes, but first timers specifically are my favorite, because the fire and the passion and the excitement that they have towards the sport is kind of feed off of it. It makes me really happy and excited, whether or not you're trying to commute to the first time, or you haven't ridden a bike in 25 years and you want to get back into it. Those are some of the most fun conversations to have while you're here.
Yeah, and when someone comes in and they're looking at the bikes, you always want to get on one. The way that the shop is set up, you can just test out the bike riding around the shop.
So it was unintentional at first, but as we continued through the build out process, we figured out very quickly that we kind of created a racetrack around the service department. And so it's very helpful on rainy and cruddy days, specifically lately with all the snow and the salt on the ground, diagnosing repair bikes, helping people test ride a bike, just being able to ride it in a kind of a smooth transition without having to make any hard turns. You're able to figure out a little bit if the bike's going to work for you or not. Doesn't compare to riding it outside, but if the weather isn't permitting, then we are more than happy to let you do that as well.
And if the weather is permitting, and if someone wants to try out a bike, they can try out a bike and take it outside, right around the parking lot, right around the block.
Yep. So based upon our location, we have a bike path that goes straight down the Elm towards 6th Street that you can hop on. You take a handful of right-hand turns, and it'll lead you right back here to the shop without having to get onto any main roads. So that's very nice and convenient. Thoroughbred Park is just down Short Street from us. They have a small sidewalk that makes it kind of easy to ride bikes around. So that's kind of convenient as well.
Yeah, it's very convenient. Just a very, very convenient location. And one thing I want to touch on too, Jack, is the sense of community that you and this bike shop have in terms of reaching out.
Well, so one of the things that I had a problem with previously is that the lack of community involvement that we had, whether or not it's in the cycling industry or whatever it may be, and we definitely wanted to make a change for that. So Robert and I are currently in the process of teaching a 6-week long mechanic course at Broke Spoke to help their volunteers be able to check in, diagnose, and work on bikes a little better, just to help hone those skills. We're more than happy to help you build up a bike on your own accord. That does take an appointment, a little extra fee, but we're more than happy to share the wealth of knowledge that we all have.
Yeah, share the love.
That's exactly right. We try to be as welcoming as we can be. So if you want to learn how to fix a flat, all you have to do is come in and ask us. You don't have to come in. We don't have to have a special class for that. Just ask us, and we'll be more than happy to take the 10-15 minutes that it may take to show you how to do that.
Yeah, and people can walk out and be on the road again.
Yeah, help kind of empower you, because the more you know about your bike, it kind of demystifies things and should hopefully allow you to ride more with well, I don't say being scared's not the right word, but without hesitation.
Right. A little less intimidated.
Yes, that's perfect. And that's one of the things we want to try to take out of the whole industry, is the intimidation fact.
And I know that you've been very involved with the club, the cycling club here as well, in different factors, different places in the community.
I try to be, not as much as I'd like, but hopefully for this coming year we can change that.
Well, you all have been open how long now?
Yes. It's kind of a loaded question. Pretty much ever since we started construction, and people who previously knew us from other, from previous employment, started bringing in their bikes to have them tuned up. So we would switch from demolition and doing drywall work and scraping glue off of floors to tuning up a bike and replacing cables. So officially about 6 months. Our grand opening was September the 23rd. But we've been open for quite a bit longer than that.
So, but I'm just very glad you're here. You're becoming a very integral part of the downtown scene.
Thank you very much, Wanda.
All right. Well, it's time for another break. So we'll be back with you in a few moments. Welcome back to Bike Talk on Lexington Community Radio. I'm your host, Wanda Bertram, and I'm here with Jack Baugh. He's with Bicycle Face, and we are at the shop in downtown Lexington. It's a new shop. It's been here about 6 months. We've been talking about the shop and the community and being downtown. This place is really cool. Not only does it have a service area, it has a bar. It looks like 7 or 8 beers on tap.
We have 7 beers on tap, nitro coffee on the 8th from Shuffle Bean, and then we have, I don't know, another 10 or 12 in cans and bottles below.
Cool. Well, you know what? I think we should go bug some of the people that are here and hear from them what they think about Bicycle Face. What do you think?
Might as well.
All right, let's go bug some people. Hi, I'm here with Don Hatch. Say hi, Don.
Hi.
Hi, Don. So we're sitting here at the bar. So tell me about yourself and what you love about Bicycle Face.
Well, I've been riding since the 80s, and in that time, I have known a lot of bike shops. I've traveled all over the United States, lived in different communities, and every place I go, I like to go to a bike shop that understands service, understands how to get people on their bikes moving again. And these guys really understand how to make the bikes work and solve problems. And then they approach the problem solving much like engineers do. Jack is an engineer by training, and so am I. So we kind of hit it off as far as when I have a problem, I know exactly who to take it to. He's going to look for and solve the problem.
So tell me about your background and experiences with cycling. You've been cycling a long time. What do you like to do? Where do you like to go? Who do you like to ride with?
Well, my cycling has evolved tremendously. I started cycling out in Seattle many, many years ago, and rode across the United States fast, 140 miles a day average in the 90s. And I've raced from everything from crits to road races, and now mostly I just do time trials. And so my racing now is just about me. And that's what my riding has become. Is I spend a lot of time riding by myself. I'm not afraid of dodging cars. Part of my cycling experience was dodging cars in Seattle, downtown Seattle at lunchtime. So I'm I don't get worked up about people trying to hit me. I just kind of know they're there. But my cycling has evolved a lot. And I enjoy that now. I mean, I like the training aspect of it. I like being fit, and I like racing.
Oh, wonderful. And you like Bicycle Face?
Yeah, they showed me some stuff with cycling. I kind of part of my latest thing is to go do gravel races. And doesn't seem to be a huge opportunity here in Lexington, but certainly Michigan, Ohio, and then down south. So the gravel races and time trialing, these guys understand that, and they understand fit. They understand how to keep my bike working, and they've done the same thing for my wife as well. She's a triathlete, so we spend a lot of time keeping our bikes working.
So they get it here.
Yeah, this is one shop in town that I really, really appreciate the services that they do.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to me.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm sitting here with Taylor. Hey, Taylor, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Tell me a little bit about Bicycle Face.
See, well, we're a new shop, just opened up. Getting into some new things here. Some bike builds, a little bit of some beer going on. Got a little bit of everything, so.
Cool. And tell me how you fit into this place.
Kind of have a background in BMX and a little bit of road riding as well. So I'm kind of branching out a little bit more, but we kind of all kind of bring something different to the plate here, and I'm just kind of one of those different riders. So
tell me a little bit about the things you love about cycling, what you do.
I think I like the traveling the most of it. Just getting in the car with a bunch of friends, stuff, going out and trying to find stuff to ride, different places to ride, different terrain. But mostly just hang out with everybody, just getting in a good ride. And I compete here and there, and that's pretty fun too. But mostly like to just get a bunch of group of people out and get some riding in. So
where do you all go?
So I travel around a little bit, outside of Kentucky, a little bit here in Kentucky. I go down south a lot in Florida, around those areas, more warmer temperatures, stuff in the wintertime, but mostly a little bit of everywhere.
So back here at Bicycle Face, what are some of the things that you love about this shop?
I like the vibe of it. I mean, once you kind of come into the shop and stuff, you automatically kind of get that welcome kind of feeling here. And like I said, we all kind of have a little bit of a taste and a little bit of different things, and we're always, trying to bring in new stuff as well.
Yeah, so everyone's cool. Everyone brings something unique to the table.
New, it's not like, most of, your ordinary shops. So we're all trying to bring in, something different, every time. Different tastes, things like that, different builds. So, but that's, for the most part, it's kind of why I like, kind of fit in here. We're all kind of laid back and, always doing some new stuff and bringing, new ideas to the table. So it's always evolving. But,
well, cool. Here's to new evolving ideas.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. I'm here at the bar. So, hey, what's your name?
Robert Brandon.
Robert, and tell me what you do.
Well, I work here at Bicycle Face. I'm a longtime bicycle mechanic, sell bicycles, and serve beer.
Did you ever think you'd be serving beer at a bicycle shop?
I never really thought about it, although the two kind of go hand in hand, so it's not surprising.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah. Bicycling makes one very thirsty.
Oh, I love that correlation.
I think the two cultures go hand in hand.
So tell me about what it's like working and being a part of Bicycle Face.
Well, it's a really great environment. It's a great concept. The location downtown is part of the community. The whole environment of the shop is very inviting, and it's just a really great place to work.
Wow. Now, how did you get involved with Bike Face? How long have you been in Lexington?
Been in Lexington for many years, since 1978.
That's many years.
That's many years. I've moved away, come back, but always returned because Lexington is a great place. I've known Jack for a long time. We're co-bicycle people, so we were friends before we started working together, and I'm always wanted to work with Jack out at Pedal the Planet.
And you're still friends.
We're still friends. And when the inception of this shop came to my attention, it piqued my interest, and I put the plug in that I would like to be a part of it as well, and thank goodness it happened.
And aside from bartending, what are your favorite things about being part of this scene?
It's my livelihood, something I've done for many years, and it's just but this feels the most natural at home. The people, our customers, downtown, it's all just really inviting and comfortable.
So you enjoy being downtown?
I do. I live 2 blocks away from here, so it takes me a couple minutes to get home at that.
It's been great talking to you.
And you as well. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Well, that's all the time we have for today's show, unfortunately. I'd like to again thank our guest, Jack Baugh, for his time.
No, thank you very much for having me on here, Wanda.
It's been great hanging out here. So I'm going to have to come back more often and just chill out. So, well, in the meantime, don't forget to tune in to Bike Talk at the same time next week for all things cycling, helping you get out, explore our towns and countryside in Lexington and beyond. May we all wear our bike faces. So thanks for joining us. Be safe and enjoy the ride.